Good morning, parents. Welcome to the Principal's Monday Morning Message. This morning, I'm very grateful to have as a guest our wonderful math teacher, Miss Orozco. And the reason I brought her on, as you know, this quarter we're focusing on our goals. And one of the challenges that I know I face and I know a lot of students face is managing our time. It always feels like there's never enough time to do everything that we'd like to do. So in order to have a little discussion about that, Ms. Orozco is here to share some tips.
Hi, everyone. Something I have been focusing with my kids this year is helping them manage their time. And the number one priority to do this, and the main motivation that I wanted to do this for, was because there's a lot of sleep deprivation going on. And it's really important to sleep. When you can sleep better, you can manage the stress of being a teenager much better. Teenagers need at least 8 to 10 hours of sleep every night. A study that was made by the National Sleep Foundation said that only 15% of teens are actually getting their 8.5 hours of sleep every night. And irregular sleep patterns can affect biological clocks and the quality of your sleep. If you're not getting enough sleep, then this is limiting your ability to learn, listen, concentrate, and solve problems. Making you more prone to pimples. Lack of sleep can contribute to acne and other skin problems, so you have to be careful with that. It also can lead you to be more aggressive, inappropriate behavior, like yelling at your friends or being impatient with teachers or family members. Sleep deprivation can also lead to weight gain, and it can also lead to future health problems such as heart disease, hypertension, and diabetes. So one of the things that we do in my class is that we dream big, and we talk about what do you want to do when you're an adult? How do you want to spend your days when you're a grown-up? And what are you passionate about? And we set long-term goals, and we break those down into manageable pieces. And then we set quarterly goals. And I tell my students that they have to put them somewhere where they can see them every day, when they're brushing their teeth in the morning, or on the fridge, or anywhere that they look every day so they can remember what those goals are. And then we get into this Adulting 101 session of time management. And from the end of the school day to the time you go to bed, most teenagers have about 7 hours every day to work with. And that's about 35 hours a week. And in this time, you need to manage what you're doing, whether it's sports or community service, homework, studying, doing chores, many things that you can do with that time. But it's really important to take the time to build a calendar, a weekly calendar, to manage the time that you have available to you. And the number one priority is sleeping. You want to establish a bedtime and a waking time and stick to it as regularly as possible, including the weekends. And then once you prioritize your sleeping time to get at least minimum 7.5 hours of sleep to 8 hours of sleep every night, then you can use your short-term goals to prioritize the rest of your time. Again, you don't want to just only do homework and study. You also want to make time for important things like spending time with family, exercising, making time for hobbies and friends. And if you still can't get enough sleep on a regular basis, maybe you're spread too thin and you need to let go of something to find that balance between academics and extracurricular activities. Getting enough sleep and managing your time will reduce the stress of being a teenager and will help you improve your mental, emotional, and physical health and help you reach your goals.
That's awesome. I appreciate it. The advice, Ms. Orozco, it reminds me of my freshman year in college. I didn't know what I was doing, and I tried to do all-nighters to study, and I just, when you're tired, those 4 or 5 hours of studying, you're so mentally fatigued, you could have learned that information in 20 minutes if you're up and alert. And then going from one night to the other night to the next night of just not getting enough sleep, it compounds and it just impacts all aspects of your life. So Yeah, please take Ms. Orozco's advice. There's definitely enough hours in the day to have fun and friends, but just you have to have a plan, you have to prioritize, and if it's just too much, never be afraid to pull back on one or two things and keep, the important things within your focus. So thank you, Ms. Orozco. Very wise advice for our students.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.